So 2.2, standard form of quadratic equation. We are going to write and graph quadratic functions. Okay, I don't care what your instruction says. You will be doing what we do on every example, on every problem. Understand? Yeah. Don't read the instruction. Look at the problem and say, okay, on our examples, we found the vertex, we found the axis of symmetry, we found the y-intercept. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Because if you don't get enough practice at them. Does that make sense? Yeah. Come on. Okay, so standard form of a quadratic equation. We have done this before, yes? It is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. The c should be over there. Where a, b, and c are real numbers and a cannot be 0. If a is 0, then I have a linear, not a quadratic, correct? So you need standard form. You need this right here. Everybody got what's underlined written?
No. Do we have to do the bottom where A, B, and C are
real? No, you should just know that. So I said you have what's underlined it. Okay, so it says write the quadratic function in standard form. What form is this quadratic function in right now? Vertex form. So we have y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So the first thing I need to take care of is this right here, correct? So we have a and we have x minus h times x minus h, because that's what squared means, isn't it? Yes? So I need to FOIL these two. So that would be a, and then I'd have x squared minus xh minus xh plus h squared, if I did that right. Hopefully you guys did it and got the same thing.
How?
Because I FOILed.
Oh.
Yes? So these two combine together to be 2. Yes? And then I have to multiply everything by an a. So I have ax squared minus 2 ax h plus a h squared plus k. Okay, well, did we put it in standard form?
No.
Is x squared first? Mm-hmm. Are my x's going down in powers? Are my h's going up in powers? Do I have a constant?
Yeah.
Yes. Is that in standard form as I could get it? Yes. Now, normally we would have an h in there and we'd have a k in there and we could combine things, correct? But we can't here, can we? Because normally these two would combine together to get my C, wouldn't they? Mm-hmm. Because H would be a number and A would be a number. So even though we don't have values in there, could we still do the math to get it there? Yeah. So the x value of the vertex is through this formula. The x value of the vertex, well, in the formula, x minus h, isn't h the x value of the vertex? Isn't that where it comes from? Yes. So the x value of the vertex of a parabola is h equals negative b over 2a. You have to know that. I will not give that to you on a test. The y value of the vertex, guess what? Once we have the x, can we plug it back in to find the y? Mm-hmm. Yep. The y value, you plug back in the vertex, so that gives you the k. So to find the y value, You plug substituting h into the original equation. Because the vertex is h comma k, correct? So you plug in an h and you get out a k. You plug in an x, you get out a y. Yes? So what is the vertex of the function x squared minus 6x plus 10? So before I start that, what is a? What's the leading coefficient? Nope. 1. What is b? Ax squared plus bx plus c. What is b? Negative 6. And what is c? 10. When you look at these problems, you should be able to say a, b, and c without much of a thought. Okay? So our equation for the h value of the vertex is h equals negative b. So negative b means the opposite sign, correct? So negative 6 is what? 6 over 2 times, and what's a? 1. So 6 divided by 2 is? 3. So how do I find k? I plug in what? H. So I plug in h into the original function. So that is 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 10. So 3 squared is? 9 minus 18 plus 10. So 19 minus 18 is?
9.
1.
9.
19 minus 18.
Oh, 19.
Verse
1. Okay, so what is my vertex?
I did not get one.
What you get, Carly?
Because if you're doing PEMDAS, you have
How'd
to
you
do
get
18
19?
plus 10 first, and that's
Is
20.
it
What?
10
No,
plus the
it's-
9?
No, it's
28
my
minus
But
9.
Carly.
No.
Carly, addition and subtraction. You do
Carly,
whichever.
Okay, so we are not going to only stop at the vertex. We are going to do more than this, that, but I wanted to use this formula. So on the next one, what is A on B?
Can we do this by ourselves?
1.
Sure. What's B?
-8.
Negative 8. And what's C?
5.
5. Now do it on your own. So how'd that go for you?
I'm not done.
So you get 8 divided by 2 is 4. It's my h value. I plug 4 in and I get 16 minus 32 plus 5. And I'm pretty sure I'm good with negative 11. Is that what you guys got?
Yep.
So that's the first part of what we're going to be doing. We are going to be doing vertex, axis of symmetry, y-intercept, and graphing. Every problem. If we get the vertex, okay, I have the vertex here, yes? I'm going to erase. What way does this graph open? Up or down? Up. So it's going to be up, up, yes? What's the y-intercept?
-11.
The y-intercept is
Oh.
5. Because a y-intercept, you plug zeros in for all those x's, right? So it'd be 0 minus 0 plus 5, so it'd be 5. So the y-intercept is 5.
Was this for the second problem?
Yep. What's my axis of symmetry?
4.
It just x equals 4. Yes, because it's the h. So if I have all that, There's 4, -11, yep.
Yeah.
And I know that it hits at 5 here. And from 4 to 0, that's 4 over, yes? So the next one would be at 8, because it's symmetrical. Am I right? It's symmetrical. So from 4 to 0 is 4, so 4 more would be 8. So I could put a point right here.
Yeah.
And I have a point right here. Do I have enough to graph this parabola?
Yes.
Now, did I get out my graph paper and do everything perfect?
No.
Nope. I want arrows on the positives. Oh, I could even show my axis of symmetry through there, yeah? That's what we're going to practice. Did it take me a whole long time to do after I got this? Nope. Yes.
I'm confused how you got the y-intercept.
Okay, the y-intercept intercepts the y-axis, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So what is the x value on the entire y-axis? 0. So I plug zeros in for all my x's. So that made it 0 minus 0 plus 5.
I see.
Okay? So every example from here on out, we're going to do everything on. Sound good? Okay, so find the vertex, axis of symmetry, y-intercept, min, max. Oh, we found the vertex, so did
I
we?
didn't get the graph.
Oh, it's okay. You'll get the next one. I'm sorry. I forgot to ask if you guys were good. The only thing we didn't label was the min, max, right? Did we already have it? If I have the vertex, do I have the min or the max? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start off with the vertex. So, how am I going to find the vertex? Find H. And H equals negative B over 2A, yes? Write it every time, guys, on your homework. Write H equals negative B over 2A and then do the problem. By the time your homework is done, you don't have very many problems. By the time your homework is done, are you going to know it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So negative B over 2A. What's B? Negative 4. So negative 4 is 4 over 2A. What's A? 1. So H is 2. Then what?
Then you plug your H in.
To find what? K. So I find K by plugging in my H. So that gives me 4 minus... Actually, you guys can plug it in shorthand. I'll do it for the people out on here. So 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 8. So that's 4 minus 8 plus 8, which is what? 4.
She fixed it.
So my vertex is 2, 4. Is my graph opening up or down? Up. How do we know it's going up? It's a positive A, right? Axis of symmetry. X equals 2. You have to put X equals 2. And guys, you have to label at least what you're doing. Got me? Mm-hmm. Okay. Y-intercept. How do I find y-intercept? 0 is for X. So it'd be 0 minus 0 plus 8. Look how easy that work is to show. See that? So it is 0, 8. Then what's next? What? Min or max. Okay. So our vertex is here. And we're opening up. So do we have a min or a max? Minimum. At X equals, actually, I'm just going to put the point. It's easier that way. At 2, 4, right? Okay, so am I ready to graph?
Yeah.
Every problem you're doing all this stuff. Did it really take us that long to do, guys?
How do you get the minimum or whatever?
It opens up, and it's always the vertex because it's a parabola. And since it opens up right here, wouldn't that be a minimum?
Sure.
What's the smallest? Okay, so we need the minimum at 2, 4, right? You can put hash marks or you could just put a 4 and a 2. I have a y-intercept at where? So it's going to go through 0, 8. Now this is the part that makes the symmetry of this pretty easy. How far is it from 2 back to 0? 2. So if I go to the right 2 and up to 8, shouldn't this go through that point also?
Yes.
Okay. And am I ready to draw my graph?
Yes. Do we also have to draw the regular one 0, 0?
No, you don't have to. There's my axis of symmetry if you need it. Oh, what's the domain so we can review it? What's the domain of all quadratics? All real numbers?
We have to have the domain.
What is the range? If you can't remember how to do it, you probably should do it.
Y is
Y such that Y is... Where do I get my Y? What value? It's my K, right? So it's 4.
so it's greater than or equal.
It's greater than equal to 4. How'd you know it was greater than equal to, Cadence?
Is it 4 is bigger than 0?
Yep, 4 is bigger than 0, and it's a minimum, right? So everything's going to be bigger than it. Where'd this 4 come from again?
The K.
It's the K. If you struggle with this, should you do it every problem?
Yep.
Yep. The more I do it, the better it's going to stick. Questions?
No.
Concerns?
Is this all we're doing today?
Yep, every problem.
Well, I always have concerns, but we don't have to talk about it. We should
Concerns,
start-
objections. I usually say objections. I'll listen, but I don't care.
Honestly, if we could all vote, none of us would be doing this right now. Just saying.
Ready for the next one?
We can't do our homework?
Well, maybe you should do one by yourself first. Should we go to the hardest one and do it by yourself first?
The
Yes.
hardest one.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the hardest one. And
I don't really know if there's a hardest one. Go for it.
All the same.
Wait, did we do this one already?
Yes, we definitely did.
No.
Yeah,
Wait.
That was our last one.
Okay, that one. X squared minus 6x minus 1. Can I start? Are you guys far enough along?
No, not yet.
Okay.
you want us to do the domain
Yeah, go ahead and do that. The main should be really easy, right? Now can I start? Okay. I should have made sure I had one that was reflected. Can I throw a negative out in front?
How is it?
Here.
Why is it positive 10?
It's not.
Okay. All right.
It's not.
Okay. Because I was
It's not.
confused because I was like, I have negative 10, but
It's negative.
okay.
Sorry. How'd it go? Pretty good?
That second top line, 11-1, is that supposed to be 10?
No, it's negative 10. The
Oh,
whole
it's
thing,
negative.
It's all negative 10.
It's on negative 10.
No, the graph.
What?
It's 6,
Yeah.
It's 6.
3, and negative.
Okay, now I see it.
Right? Because you started at 3 and we have to be even both sides.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions, guys. Every single problem, no matter what, you're going to find what? Vertex,
Axis of symmetry, y-intercept.
Vertex.
Max, and graph.
graph, and we're going to add what?
Domain and range.
Domain and range to get us better at it, right?
Yep.
Now, should this really take you that long to do?
No.
No. I want you to get busy and get them done. Got it?